Hello and welcome back to Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition with me, Barden, the Nameless One, Dakon, Anna, and Mort. And we're also talking to Seer the Skeptic here. So we can see we've changed areas from the last time when we were in Hamris's shop. And we actually came back to this area because I wanted to rest and let the guys have their new spells. But I was also decided just to do some off-camera stuff where I went around checking to see if there were any things that we'd missed here. And as I was talking to Seer, so let's go back up and start from here. So Seer smirks as she sees you. Now, if it isn't that crypt crawler, what brings you to Seer's door this time, boy? I had some questions. Questions, eh? Well, you can ask. Seer looks at you with a steely eye, then smiles. Crypt crawler. I didn't crawl out of any crypt. She frowns, her face wrinkling like crumpled parchment. Right then, what coffin did you crawl out of? She mumbles. One of those shoddy splint coffins of Hamris, most like. Gives corpses splinters, I hear. She sniffs. That boy not been worth a clipped copper since his father died. Who is Hamris? Hamris is a coffin breaker, coffin maker, in the lower ward. Inherited the shop when his father died, much to the shame of every corpse needing a coffin, crypt or tombstone and sigil. What happened to his father? Those ears just for show, boy. He died. She mumbles. His son talked him to death, most likely. That boy's tongue doesn't stop rattling. I'm surprised he doesn't shake his head loose from his shoulders. You two sound like you have a lot in common. She won't like that. She narrows her eyes. Do us both a favour and latch that bone box of yours, boy. Don't be drawing commons between me and that yapping whelp. Very well, I had some other questions. I wanted to ask you about the Dustman in particular. What can you tell about old Copper Eyes? Don't know much about that one. He's a strange blood. He never moves from that spot, never eats, never drinks, just waits. She shivers slightly. Makes me uneasy. Okay, that's all I wish to know. So we could maybe find more stuff out from her, but I'm very intrigued about this Hamris stuff. So I'm gonna kill these guys because they're asking for it. Maybe we get a few coppers from him. Yeah, we got 10 from him. 10 commons.
What's up? Yeah.
We had way more.
Okay.
I'm gone.
Okay, and the good thing now is we have the ability to travel on the world map, which is going to make things a lot easier for us. So we're going to the lower ward, and let's travel there. Okay, so we came in from that direction. And we're right beside where we want to go. Perfect. Right, so let's see what the story is then with Hamris and his father. Okay, well, hello there. In the market for a coffin yet? I had some questions. Let's see. I hear your father died. Can you tell me what happened? He frowns at you. Well, he disappeared some time ago, so I can only assume that he's dead. Where did you hear this? I don't recall. You say he disappeared? Well, I do recall, because Siri just told me. He nods. Oh yes, many years ago, my father was a talented stonemason, and he did not only construct sarcophagi, but he was also quite skilled in tomb design. People from across Sigil, the room begins to fade around you as a memory tugs at your consciousness. Relax and try to remember.
updated my journal.
You find yourself standing in this very shop, talking with an older man, while a child sits in the corner and plays. On the counter between you and the shopkeeper is a set of plans. He seems to be explaining some intricacies with the constructions of a tomb. Your vision fades as you try to examine the details of the plan. Let's continue. When your sight returns, you are standing in a cavern in front of a tomb. Above the entry you see the slogan, "Engineered for Eternity," clearly carved in the stone. The shopkeeper is standing next to you, a broad smile on his face. He gestures to you and begins to walk into the tomb. You quickly match his pace from behind and draw your blade. Continue. So, we killed his father. That's not nice. So our past self was a real dick, I think. You find yourself back in Hamlet's shop. He's looking at you with some concern. Are you well, sir? Tell me what happened to your father. Okay, go on. Did your father keep any plans of any of the tombs he built? Hang on, is this something different? He shrugs. Sorry, I was just thinking. My father's disappearance was the reason I joined the Harmonium and left it later on. At first, I had a burning desire to find out what happened to him. Later, I felt a certain obligation to continue his life's work. He sighs. I never found the answers I sought. It was quite the mystery as to what happened. His voice fades to silence. Did your father keep any of the plans for the tombs he built? He thinks for a moment. Yes, he did. After I came of age and inherited the business, I went through all of his records. They were quite extensive. Why do you ask? If I describe a tomb to you, could you tell me if it was your father's work? He frowns in thought, then shrugs. I can but try. My Harmonium training has blessed me with a sharp memory. I should be able to recognize my father's work if you give me enough details. He looks at you expectantly. Describe the tomb from your memory. He thinks for some time. There's little doubt that the tomb you describe is my father's work. The slogan he mentions has been the family's trademark for several generations. He pauses and gives you a strange look. This tomb, where is it located? Describe the location. You describe the location in detail, surprising yourself with the knowledge you have of the area. Hamlet watches you with a concerned look. Odd. I don't recall anything in the family records that would even have permitted him to construct a tomb there. The Dustmen are very careful about building rights and real estate, especially beneath the streets of Sigil. Then you recognize the location? He nods enthusiastically. Oh yes, sounds like the Drowned Nation catacombs to me. He pauses. I've never been there myself, but I've heard the area described many a time in my years in the Harmonium. I need to know if your father kept the plans for that tomb. Yes, the warehouse where I store my goods handles my business documents as well. Anyway, they are having internal problems of some sort. New management or some such nonsense. I haven't been able to replenish my stock of late, and I doubt I could retrieve any paperwork from them either. He frowns. The Harmonium would never let things get so out of hand as to cause distress to its customers. His voice fades away as he thinks, then he looks at you. Perhaps you would look into the matter for me. The warehouse? Yes, the warehouse is having some internal problems of some sort. Whatever that means. I can't get any stock. He's saying the same thing again. Okay. I guess I don't have a choice if I want the plans. I'll do it. He smiles broadly. Excellent. If you deal with this issue satisfactorily, you may have your plans for free. He gets that lecture look on his face again. That may not seem like sufficient payment, but let me tell you about the difficulty involved in creating those plans. No, thank you. I'll just get started on that right away. Farewell. Yeah, we don't want him talking our ears off. Even Mort, who doesn't technically have ears.
All right.
Okay, so we want to head up over there. So my plan was to go and see Sebastian and tell him that we killed that guy. But we're going to do this first. How much for the bunch of them? Okay, so let's talk to you.
All right.
And that's something I like about this game is like off camera I can wander around and find stuff And you know, like that, if I do, I can record it, but at other times I can just go back over things as well, you know, stuff that maybe people wouldn't want to see me doing, just kind of covering all ground. But when I do find new stuff, I try to record it, and that's sometimes that's when some of our episodes start, is when I find something new. But a lot of the time, it's just, if it's a session, it's just you know, pick up from the last time. But in between sessions, I do a bit of wandering about, and but try not to advance stories. Just try to find stories instead. Okay. I'd like to claim something. I was told I could retrieve some plans for a tomb here. Plans for a tomb? You don't look dead, sir. Not that it's any of my business if you are. Here are your plans, sir. Can I get you anything else? No, thank you. Farewell. Farewell. We at the Vault of the Ninth World value your business. Please return. Yes. Yeah, I'll bet. Okay, let's talk to her again. I want to get to the bottom of what's going on here. Okay. Can't do anything, so I'm not sure what the story is. Maybe like later on we'll get, maybe you have to do something somewhere else and it'll trigger that.
All right.
So we go talk to Sebastian.
What are you talking about? 100 is not worth 50.
And we tell him that or did we not already tell him that we got rid of that guy? Because that's how we got the thing for Dimtree, wasn't it? Sebastian smiles at you. Good day, Cutter. How may I help you? Okay, I guess we're done with him then. So let's go deal with, what was that guy's name? Mantuok or Mantuok? Let's go deal with him anyway. Oh, we don't want to close the door, we just want to go through the door. Okay, in we go. Then down the ladder. So we have to go to the stand. There it is there. Okay. Okay, so Lothar isn't here this time. I want to talk to the bones again if I can. Okay, shall I get no rest? Tell me about yourself. Okay. So this is all kind of okay, I think yeah, let's talk about the other skulls, as you have to say. Are there nothing to they're nothing to relieve the tedium. You have Goat's Comb, the Were-Rat, Grimscalp, the Anarchist, Stern, the all-wizardly assassin. I don't know what Stern does, but he's basically evil. Evil? Bah. I'm really a pragmatist. Pragmatist? Is that why stabbing something in the back so often seems to be the answer you present to problems? Is it not a fine solution? It always works for me. Poison and magic work equally as well, I've found. Okay, what can you tell me about Lothar? Nothing that he's not willing to tell you himself, since I don't trust these other skulls not to inform on me should I say something out of line. I simply won't say anything before you ask. Yes, I'm that scared of him. Okay, let's ask about the other skulls again. Nothing I haven't told you before. Okay, tell me about yourself. Okay, let's try the skull here then. Come for a little more tutoring in the true ways of the world, eh? I'm your man. Okay. Of the skulls that will speak to you, I can offer no good words. Their experiences have not been shared with me. Indeed, we have spoken precious little until your arrival. Perhaps it says, a smirk in its voice, there is something special about your very presence. Possibly. Tell me of yourself. I'm Stern. Okay. Okay, so that's kind of the same stuff, I think. So I'm just intrigued on what they're going to say about the other skulls. You again, eh? What do you want from me? Tell me about the other skulls here. They are all tools, though they do not know it. Their dreams are small and personal. They do not see a larger picture in their schemings. They do not see beyond themselves. They are worthless. I do not speak to them. Okay. How about you? Will you speak to us and speak of the other skulls? Okay, so I guess one more to go. They're all most judgmental just because they were most human skulls. They think they're somehow better than me. I hate them. How do I kill a werebeast? Okay, he's told us that before. One more try on this guy, I guess. Okay, so I guess that's everything exhausted there, so let's head on down. I had heard that they would do something if you kept asking about the other skulls, but I guess either it happened that I didn't notice, or it hadn't. Whatever I need to do, I haven't done. Wow, there's a lot. Do we really want to fight this guy? There's a lot of these guys. Let's save before we do anything. And let's talk to you. You see a half man, half hybrid. Its red eyes gleam with a certain cunning. So a biped comes slinking into the nest of Lothar's servant. What do you want, man, and where do you intend to go? Step lightly, intruder, and speak the truth to Mantuok. Who are you? I am Mantuok. I am the voice of many as one, and the emissary of Lothar, master of the bones. I speak here, and you answer. What do you want? Who is many as one? In this place, flesh, I ask the questions. I do not answer them. What do you want? I seek the master of this place. Yes, you seek Lothar, yet you have come from his sanctum. Go now, and I shall forget I've seen you. Very well. I'm just looking around. This is unacceptable. You must have a purpose in the kin's nest. Then I'll leave. Yes, you will. Return not, or you shall suffer. Okay, so I guess the fight is about to start, so let's save again, because we don't want to go through all that dialogue again just to get to here. You return, Manting. What do you want? Okay, it looks like he's not actually gonna. He's blocking the way. We need to. we need to kick his ass, I think. So,
Huh?
fight him, please. Oh, not that. No, I want you
What?
to get him.
Pike's
Okay,
not
here we
working
go.
on this thing. Pike's not working 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 on this thing.
Okay, let's get the next one. And the next one. Okay,
I'm gone.
now, what have they got? Got some copper. There's a rare at skull. We don't want it. Some more copper. Oh, we got another guy to kill.
Pike's not working on this thing. Pike's not working on this thing. What's up, Chief?
Let's actually check. Ah, there we go.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Nice. So that should make it so that his bite will work on this
Okay.
thing. Hopefully. Let's move on down.
Done.
Okay, so killing him should be a bit easier now.
Pike's not working on this. Pike's not working.
Boxing through.
Let's get her
here. Might
out
as
of
well.
the
Pike's
way.
not working on this thing. Pike's not working on this thing.
Please.
Pike's not working on this thing. Pike's not working on this thing. Pike's not working on this thing.
Endure.
Pike's not working.
Enduring grows strong.
Pike's not working on this thing. Pike's not working on this thing. Pike's not working on this thing. The word, Chief.
I'm gone.
Pike's not working on
I
this
hear
thing.
your
Pike's not
words.
working on this thing. Pike's not working on this thing. Pike's not working on this thing. Pike's not working on this thing.
I'm guessing Mort's bite isn't working on this thing.
All right.
Okay, so we got a skull. We got Mantuok's book. That's going to be interesting. What else we got? Rusty dagger. Don't really want a rusty dagger, thank you. Over there. Copper ring. Okay, or was that earring?
I'm gone.
Okay, let's get across here. Oh, we got more guys here. Oh, let's kill you. I said kill, not dance with.
What's up?
I will hear you.
Pike's not working on this thing. Pike's not working on this thing. Yeah. Pike's not working on this thing.
Oh, he's not going to heal himself, is he? Yeah, he is. You have to be very careful with that ability. It'd be nice to have some healing magic somewhere in the party. And we should actually remember as well.
In all things.
He has armor. And do you have armor as well? Right at the moment, no you don't. But he has armor that can
It is
help us
I.
out. So we should be remembering
gone.
that. Let's check these guys out. So got some more copper. Okay, let's head across here.
All right.
Oh, what's this? I guess they're previous victims or some such. There's nothing to interact with. Okay. So next, I guess we want to go across there. I wonder what the green glowy stuff is. I don't think we want to go down into it though. This looks... oh, that's over here. Oh, interesting. This looks like something that might be dangerous, so let's save. And let's check it out. Oh, there's nothing in it. Okay, so it's not dangerous. But there is
I'm gone.
a portal there. Do we want to go through the portal? I don't think we do. I think we want to come back around here and check what's through this door. Oh, that didn't work apparently. Let's see what's the deal with Mantuok's book. This black-bound tome seems to radiate a slight rotting smell, and the covers are unpleasant to the touch, like uncured human flesh left out in the sun. Rusted buckles on the cover seal it against the elements. Let's identify it. And yes, let's use our spell. This black-bound tome seems... Okay, we got that already. It is the grimoire of pestilential thought, an arcane tome created ages ago for purposes unknown, the purpose of which is to teach mortals the nature of evil. Some sages warn against its use, while others urge it. It is said to grant mighty magical powers when services are performed for it. Do we want to talk to it? Let's talk to the item. As you touch this book, you hear a voice. I greet thee, master. How may this humble tome serve you? You can talk. That I can, master, in many different languages. Only you should take care that none see us conversing, for they cannot hear me. And master, speech is not one of my powers. What can you do? What are your powers? I can grant you abilities that will allow you greater latitude in life's vicissitudes, master, and I can offer advice to you. What abilities do you mean? There are powers, my master, that can improve your life immeasurably. Unfortunately, the laws that bind me, they demand a small service in recompense for these powers. A small service like what? The service requires is a trifling one, my master. I would barely mention it if it were not for the sake of the laws that bind me to these pages. The book pauses. To unlock my powers, you must sacrifice but a small bit of yourself, my master. You must spill blood upon the first of my pages. This act would serve to strengthen the chain between us and allow me to help you reach your full potential. It is a small price to pay for the spells that will come to you to be at your disposal. For now, it's a no. It is but a small sacrifice, master, for a great gain, but it is your choice. The offer remains open, master. Good, farewell.
Updated my
As you
journal.
wish, master. Merely speak the words to me and I shall assist you in any way possible. Fine, now, quiet yourself. Okay, so, yeah, he's going to be interesting. The talking book, I think. So we're going to get ourselves over here, and then I think next time either I'm going to go through here, or I'm very intrigued about what those guys that Dakon doesn't want me to talk to are all about. So I might actually go there and speak to them instead. But we'll decide that next time. For now, we're out of time for this video. So from myself, the Nameless One, Dakon, Anna, and Mort, it's goodbye, and we really do hope to see all of you next time. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button there on the right and check out some other videos here on the left.